Everyone. So I'm a former teacher and I'm currently an academic content writer in math.
So good afternoon everyone, I'm Dominic Icmeo. I'm a former process technical engineer in a manufacturing company and recently I career shift into as a data analyst.
Hello everyone, I'm Kyla. I'm currently a research assistant for agriculture, but hopefully making the shift soon to data science.
Hi, I'm Michelle Andre, and I currently work as a management trainee for AFAC.
Okay, thank you girls. We're taking questions from the audience or from the judges. Sorry, quickly just to acknowledge the presence of Ms. Gina Ordonez, the Chief People Officer of FTWG Foundation. Also, the founders of FTW are here, and one of our trustees. So, no, okay. Maybe later, but questions? Sorry?
Hi. First of all, congratulations again. It was a very well thought of presentation. And it's good to see that Sunship will be very good customer experience in that setting. I think you've been able to explain that quite well, right? So I have two questions. One is that, were you able to ask your mentors or understand clearly what type of NPS you're measuring or the data set that you have?
So, based from, so we asked our stakeholders, which is Ms. Monses Romanon and Ms. Chai, and the NPS data they gave us was every time a user contacts the company for any issue at all, at the end of the inquiry, they are asked how likely are you to recommend the brand to your friends and family. So each, you have that score, that answer they gave, you have the data for each user.
So it's transactional net promoter score.
So you understand, guys, what's the difference between
Yes,
transactional
versus relational, which is overall.
So the reason why I ask is that I want to understand from the presentation itself, right? So you've been able to establish the relationship quite well between a good customer experience and the relationship to that with revenue. So the first question I'm going to ask is that, did your study focus on what drives a good NPS score? Because that to me is the bottom line, right? Before I get the result of the revenues, I need to understand the drivers behind a good NPS to begin with. Was that something that you've been able to establish in your study?
We had data on inquiry resolution, on customer service, customer satisfaction score, and what else? So mostly those were and the actual NPS, the actual score. So those were mostly the intent of the inquiry. So those were the only data we had available. But through the data exploration, we were able to establish a relationship between the CSAT score and the Net Promoter Score, along with inquiry resolution. If it's resolved or unresolved, how does it contribute to whether a person would be a detractor, a promoter, or a passive customer?
Congratulations on the materials, very clear, it's very on point. I just have a question. So as I was going through your presentation, I noticed that certain graphs, when a subscriber scores you at 8, it actually dips as compared to 6. I think there were several, one on products and one on spend. So do you have any observations as to why I don't increase my spend even if I give you an 8 as compared to a 6?
So one thing that we have one particular intent that was very apparent in that is roaming. So roaming, as we know, you basically spend money. If it's already charged, and then if you see that it's high, then you can go contact customer service. So what we notice with roaming, even at lower NPS, even if they gave sort of 1 or 2, it would still have the same revenue behavior as someone with a net promoter score of like 10 or 8. So to answer your question, is it would depend on the attribute of the issue. Products and services, for example, most of them are inquiries on what type of tools are available, and such.
I have a follow-up. So you mentioned the one, so let's focus on the 6 to 10. So have you considered whether the one scoring is a postpaid subscriber that's probably on the infinity range, right?
All the values in our data set are for prepaid. Prepaid only.
So congratulations again, ladies, for considering graduate na sila, di ba? Graduate on this program. Okay. So very, very good job. But siguro for me, I'm really just curious, and could probably just be me. Di ba automatically if you have high customer satisfaction, it increases revenue? So, okay. So I'm just curious why that was the problem statement. For me, it should be pretty obvious. Anyway, I go back to this pie chart that you had. You mentioned about 94% and 6%. The 94% are those who did not respond. Not respond to the survey.
And an NPS group po.
Okay, so all of this data is based on the 6%.
Yes.
All okay. So do you think that you have enough of the population to represent the other 94? Baka ang baba yung 6% ngayon. So this is a question of sampling.
So for the sampling po, which is why we actually focus on NCR, for example, connectivity, and South Luzon, Visayas, because they were the ones with higher proportions in that sampling group. So if, for example, so that's why there were some actually in the data that lifting from redirection, for example, there was literally 5 respondents for that. So that was, so we had to exclude those kinds of features, those kinds of variables that had too low samples from our analysis.
So within NCR, that pie chart is, how does the pie chart look like? 94 and 6 is the entire population, right? For NCR, what was that?
So we weren't able to do that also.
Okay, but you're saying that it's a larger chunk yung nag-comment. Okay, so I think only because kasi yung the first quote that you presented is that only those who really have bad experiences are the ones who provide comments, which is hindi naman talaga dito. Yung gusto natin, if you have a bad experience, magkaroon ka talaga sa social media na. If you, I think it's culture natin mga Pinoy, we don't actually congratulate or give kudos if someone did a good job. But anyway, I think, I mean, if you want to do this further, kasi I'm concerned about the 94% and 6. Maybe something like the study is, what are the factors that would make someone, whether they have a positive or negative experience, answer the survey. I think that's going to actually help and have your data more accurate across the Philippines. But I think for this round, since you want to pursue data science anyway, you'll probably be hired by PLD this point. I hope you can pursue that in your questions.
Okay, thank you, judges. Thank you.